Well, today we are diving deep into the world of home inspections, discussing everything that you need to know about ensuring that your dream home is safe and sound. Joining us is Nick Wright of Right Choice Home Inspection and Breathe Right Radon Air Quality Service, and the Mets with Mets Realty. Right, guys, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
This is always like the part of the process I think that people are like, oh gosh, the home inspection, right? Like it's dreaded.
It really is.
But it doesn't have to be.
Oh no, it doesn't have to be. And you know, it's always like once we get everybody pre-approved and we're lucky enough to get out there and find them a property, then the next thing we do is obviously step into the world of home inspection. And companies like Nick, and he's got a great crew with him, and we love being able to have them, and everybody needs to make sure that they're getting that done. So yeah.
Well, Nick, tell us kind of like where you guys step in, and like since you work with Bea and her group, like where do you come in the process to kind of make sure, because it's been like a very much a seamless process that you want people to have.
Yeah, so we work with buyers and sellers. Typically on the buyer side, we come in after you have an accepted offer on a property, but we come in and perform a full visual assessment of the home's conditions. We're looking for any defects, any safety issues, checking for proper functionality of stuff. And then we provide you with a full detailed digital report on everything.
And I'm hearing more and more about making sure that you get a radon inspection.
Yes,
right?
Yes. Radon, it's come to light in the more like past 10 years or so, but it is the second leading cause of lung cancer behind smoking.
Dear. Oh my goodness.
Third week in October is actually Radon Action Month. The EPA encourages people to get their homes tested in October. So
when you guys come in, how long does that typically take for that standard home inspection and to do a radon inspection?
It depends on the square footage of the home. A typical inspection will last typically around 3.5 hours based on the square footage. Larger homes take longer usually. Radon tests can be performed in 48 hours, and we give you instant results on that as well.
So you can go and take care of it as soon as humanly possible. And do you find that people sometimes, I think sometimes people will forego these inspections for price. Don't you find that? And you're like, don't do that. Don't do that. You want to know what you're getting into.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think it's really important that that people actually have a home inspection. You know, you don't always know when you're walking into a home what is there and what's not there, and it's really important for the buyers to be aware before they actually do finalize that contract and move into closing. And so it's always great to have somebody like Nick and them perform that and make sure that you know everything's on the up and up, and if not, we can work through the negotiations for repairs and get that taken care of for them, or at least they know what they're facing if that's the case.
Change the price, know what you're going to use to remodel or to get upgrades and things like that. Have you had situations like in recently or within the year that you're like, oh my goodness, who would have thought that was going on in that house?
Yeah, I mean, well, daily, yes.
Yeah. Tell us something.
I mean, people foregoing the inspections, that's kind of past. COVID was crazy with all that, but you always want to know what's going on with your home, whether it's just deferred maintenance or if you're getting into larger issues. So.
Absolutely. I also want to take a moment, Bea, you have kind of all these topics that we've discussed this week and even last week, you're going to cover in your seminar that's coming up, right? Kind of it's like everything's on the table if you want to talk about this or renovations or anything.
Exactly. Like last week we had on our mortgage person, and this week we've got on our home inspection, and the next week we'll have on somebody, the home warranty company, and then after that, title and closing. So we're kind of going through the whole process through our shows, making it a short clip of what people will experience. But at the home buyer seminar, each one of these representatives will actually be there to talk in more detail to everybody about what to expect and help them feel more comfortable as they're walking through the process.
And people get to meet too that when they work with you, they get to meet the people that you work with.
Right.
Exactly. You've assembled kind of this power group of people that you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, exactly.
And so people can, depending on their needs, they can meet the person that they maybe have a specific question
for.
And
then like be able to ask specific questions. Where here they're just getting general information. There they can actually get very specific answers. So
all right. Well, thanks to you both so much for stopping by. Always great information. If you want more information, all the info that's going to be there about that upcoming seminar, just go to metsregroup.com.